guys, today we're going to read a short legend and it's one of the adventures of Robin Hood. It's called Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow. But first we're going to read a few vocabulary words. So we're going to start off with hunt. And hunt means to shoot animals such as deer, rabbits, or birds, often for food. We've got nobles and dukes. Now, these are two types of people who have a lot of money and usually a lot of land as well. Next, we've got bow and arrow. And this is something like you can see pictured here. They're weapons that are often used for hunting. So the bow is the long thing that you hold on to, and the arrow is the thing that you shoot. We've got bowmen. So this is people who use bows for hunting. And finally, we've got a target, so something to aim at when you're shooting just for fun. And it often is kind of like a circle like this. And you can actually even see arrows in this one. All right, so Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow, a legend story for kids. In all the land, no one was better with a bow and arrow than Robin Hood. He lived with his band of merry men in Sherwood Forest. That was the woods where the king kept his royal deer. A few years before, King Richard had ruled the land. King Richard let people who were poor come into Sherwood Forest. They could hunt the deer to get food for their families. But the time had come for King Richard and his army to leave England. As soon as he was gone, his younger brother John took over the throne. Bad King John did not want anyone to come into Sherwood Forest to hunt the royal deer. From then on, anyone who was seen hunting the king's deer in Sherwood Forest would be put in prison. Robin Hood did not like that one bit. He moved into Sherwood Forest. Dressed in green from his cap to his boots, the trees of Sherwood Forest could hide him as he hunted the king's deer. Sometimes other brave men came into Sherwood Forest. One by one they joined Robin Hood and became his merry men. Robin Hood and his merry men would hide when the rich nobles and dukes passed through the woods. Then all at once they would jump out and rob those rich men. He would then give the money to the poor. The rich men who were robbed were not happy about it. They told bad King John what was going on in Sherwood Forest. "Something must be done about this," they said. The king put the Sheriff of Nottingham in charge of Sherwood Forest. It would be his job to catch Robin Hood, once and for all. But the man in green was too quick. His merry men would warn him each time they saw the Sheriff of Nottingham or one of his guards in the woods. So the sheriff came up with a new plan. "I will call for a great contest," he said, "to find out who is the best in the land with a bow and arrow. The winner will go home with a golden arrow." The sheriff said in a low voice, "And if I know Robin Hood, he will not be able to stay away from such a contest. And when he comes, we will catch him." "Robin Hood, don't go to the contest," said Little John. Of all the merry men, Robin Hood trusted Little John the most. "It's a trap," he said. "When they see you, they will get you." Robin Hood said nothing. He wanted to go. On the day of the contest, 10 fine bowmen lined up. The round target was so far away, it was hard to see its black and red circles. One by one, each young man shot his best arrow. Some of the arrows landed on the target. None came close to the center. The sheriff turned to one of his guards. "Do you see him? Is he here?" "No, sire. Robin Hood has red hair. None of the ones who are shooting has red hair." "That wimp," said the sheriff. "He fears me. That's why he stayed away." 2 bowmen were left. The first was William, the sheriff's man. With care, William took aim. His arrow landed at the very center of the target. A bullseye! The crowd cheered for William. It was time for the last bowman. His arrow sailed through the air too. It landed right through William's bull's eye arrow, cutting it in half. In a flash, the bowman let go of 2 more arrows. Each one flew to where the sheriff sat, pinning him to his seat, 1 arrow on each side. The sheriff did not know what was going on. Then the man in green pulled off his disguise and threw it on the ground. "Get him, you fools!" shouted the sheriff. "It's Robin Hood!" But our hero jumped over the wall to a horse waiting for him. He was gone. He had escaped. This tale is one of the many adventures of Robin Hood, the most loved hero in all of England and one of the most loved heroes in the world. The end.